Hello, and welcome back to Character Studios' Remnant Lunar Archon Session 21. Our campaign is now legally allowed to drink, but it probably won't, but it can. Doodly doo. Back we had. Was the week off? No, it wasn't last week, it was the week before last week that we had a week. Yeah, that's right. But yes, we're back. Hello. Doodly doo. Guess I can go ahead and give the recap because I did say I was, I think. Last time on Lunar Archon, the group did some basic shopping around Keenite, picked up a few different materials, asked Josiah about some different magic items, but didn't end up buying anything from him, I believe. The party then gathered.
I thought we got 10 of the bullets.
That's right. You did get 10 magical sling bullets. You right. You got 10 +1 sling bullets and a sling for Gambit. You got all of your stuff ready for travel, including getting your second mule, which is named Aurora, I believe. It was Berea at Aurora. I'm gonna type that down. Make sure I don't forget. Why is there not mule? Berea, Aurora. There you go. Got your mules now. They're doing good. They're moving happy. Y'all have got enough water, so I'm not going to bother marking it down, because unless something happens, y'all aren't going to have any issues getting to Schist. Which is what the party is doing now. They left Keenite, deciding to head down towards Schist, looking for information, as they had been told that the people of Feldspar were getting their books delivered from Schist, and so thinking they might have a library or something, they decided to head down there to look for information about the swords. While traveling, they found a sinkhole in the ground. There was a body with several objects on him, and they managed to recover the body, which, if Cedar is okay with it, over the next day or two, the party wanted you to swap out one of your second level spells for just one day to cast a spell called Gentle Repose on him, which basically stops his body from decaying for 10 days, giving y'all time to get to Schist, maybe see if he's from there, or take him back to Keenite, give him proper burial or reward, or whatever's going to happen with that. So that'll happen early on in the game. You found on him there is a lamp that Maverick is hiding and has not told anyone about, which has given him an odd fascination with the brass instrument. You also found a boomerang of returning, which I believe Maverick still has as well, that you realized is a boomerang that you can throw, and it will come back at some point. There's no magical specification on the boomerang requiring it to come back immediately, so it just kind of flies off and comes back at some point in the future. You kept walking for, I believe, another day. I think I actually needed to move you one more down trail. And now we will return in as y'all are continuing your hiking. You have 1, 2, 3, 4 full days of travel, or well, 3.5, 4-ish days of travel, and you will arrive in Schist. You do have food and stuff to get you there, and I need each of you to roll a d20.
Yay!
Oh, nat 20!
It didn't show up, but I'll allow it.
No! Okay, fine.
And Maury? Maury? Are you alive, Maury?
Oh my gosh.
No.
She's dead.
Someone roll for me. I'm getting a bowl of pasta.
Yep. Okay, I'll roll. Alright. That's 17. Okay. So, as you travel the next day, and I will move us forward to the 16th now. Oop. Go ahead and make it 9 a.m. The morning of Thursday, the 16th of March. It is a full moon now. As you are hiking, I would say through the woods, but you're not. You are objectively outside of the woods of any kind. And
Oh
as you-
yeah, the woods. Yeah.
No, I went to what's the one? The Broadway one.
Into the woods?
Yes,
Into
that
the
one.
woods, into the woods, into the woods, and home before dark.
Punk.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone was in the wrong in that movie. Or in the show.
Amen.
I did not
Except-
like the show. I would like to see the Broadway.
Yeah, didn't
Before.
enjoy the movie version very much.
Yeah, I just felt like it wasn't long enough to.
It wasn't long enough. It was 3 hours, but also I can see where you're coming from because it also didn't feel
Right.
long.
Yeah, I feel like there were some things that weren't explained well purely for the fact that it didn't have enough time to. I also watched it on an airplane, so on a 13-hour flight from China, so.
That'll do things. Let's see.
Cinderella was in the right. She was the only one.
Amen.
For running away from someone she should have been able to logically see she could spend her life with happily.
He cheated on her.
That's
yeah,
true.
for real.
That is true.
Mhm.
Did cheat on her. I did forget about that part.
Also,
She did nothing to him, and he cheated on her.
With a baker's wife. Like, I don't understand.
as Queen Elsa once said, you can't fall in love with someone you just met anyway.
Exactly.
Okay, we derailed.
We did. As you're moving
Justice
through-
for
as you
Anna
walk through the-
Kendrick.
Amen. I love her.
But as you walk through the dunes, boop. Check where things are. Can I select multiple of you? That's how I do that.
Into the woods, into the woods, into the woods, and home before dark.
Now I'll figure out how to select multiple creatures at once and move them around at some point. Not that.
This is my
Not
fault. I
that.
was given no speech. Persuaded me to trade away my car for pizza when I first speak. I've been mixed up to get up to the Giants in the first place.
But yes, as you all
Wait a
walk,
minute.
in your standard walking formation,
As we sing into the woods.
yes, whistling from a show that Cedar was telling you about that they would put on up in Basalt and in Moraine, whistling and teaching you the songs. Thicket, you notice a shifting in the sand nearby. As you keep an eye on it for a moment, you see the shift of scales as you can see a very large snake begin to slide out of the sand and begins moving toward all of you.
Guys, there's something coming for us.
What would you like
Just
to do?
kill it.
Maybe it's nice. We should try to be friends with it first.
Okay.
Friends first, violence
Okay.
later.
First off, my spell slots reset, so I don't know.
Did your spell slots die again?
They did.
They went
I
back.
know that I, at the very least, cast Entangle
Well, actually, at
on-
this point,
on Gambit.
I did long rest, y'all. It has been since
Oh,
that.
has
it
it
has
been?
been? Yeah, it's been past that day.
Okay,
It is the
never
next
mind.
day.
We're good.
It is the next day since then. Your spell slots are back. Cedar, technically, one of her spells would be Gentle Repose, but I'm not going to enforce that.
What is that?
There's a spell called Gentle Repose that basically stops the decaying of the dead. And y'all are
I thought we
using
were
it.
using that on the dude.
You cast a spell on the dude, so technically you would have it prepared, but I don't want to mess with your sheet, so in case y'all start fighting, I'm not going to bother fixing it. Yes. You see this large snake moving toward you.
Ew,
Okay,
a
well.
snake.
I am gonna, at the very least, cast Shillelagh.
So is that what y'all are doing? Are y'all preparing for combat?
That's what I'm doing. We're getting chased
Alright,
by
is anyone
a
else not?
giant
Is
thing.
anyone else not preparing for combat?
I'm ready for combat, but I want to take it as a last option.
Cool. So they're attacking unless any of y'all do something else. So if that's the case, go ahead and roll initiative. And also, who would like to control Maverick, and who would like to control Doug?
Not it.
And I can click the buttons if y'all just want to tell me what you want them to do.
I don't know why, but I crashed, but it's...
I believe you. Would you like full crash, Twitch or Discord crash, or just Fantasy Grounds?
both. I'm having to...
My initiative is above 10.
Oh, proud of you. Think
Woo!
y'all are being impressed upon by a large snake, and everyone seems to be preparing for initiative.
I'm not showing up on the upper left with the thing across the bar, but I have my character open.
Oh, cool. Thankfully, that matters a little bit less. Hopefully. Oh, Cedar, you need to roll for initiative.
Why?
Or, because they're attacking you, and unless you're gonna do something that's not...
They're attacking us?
Well, this big snake is moving toward you, and everyone else is thinking they're gonna fight, so... Are you gonna try and fight, or you want to do something different? You want to try and do something with the snakes?
Can we talk to it first?
We can.
You can try. How would you
I just prepared Shillelagh in case I get hit. I'm not gonna hit it first, but you know.
Are you a good witch or a bad witch?
You said
You
that
could-
to the snake?
Yes.
You could try
Snake does
talking
not
to it.
respond.
Okay, initiative.
Okay. Are you a good snake or a bad snake? The snake does not respond.
This one I got is not good.
I rolled, but I don't think it came up.
It's true, it didn't.
Okay, look.
Okay,
let me
again.
just-
I should also change us off of the emotional music, shouldn't I? Get us into something a little more combat-y.
You are the only one who can hear it.
The audience can hear it. Yeah, that. Oh, I should also make the audience be able to, see gameplay. Ooh.
Go to combat tracker and then click on your face in the combat tracker, and it'll open up to wherever we're fighting.
Don't want Bob the Test Dummy. Go away.
Thank you. I don't know why I forget that. I appreciate it.
I want you, Bob. It's okay.
No problem. It's okay, Bob. We love you, even if he doesn't.
So I will go ahead and make unidentified creature 1 be shown. It is fairly large, though the picture is a little bit deceiving. It is a quite large snake. Maverick is first. Should I attack this thing, or are we just gonna wait a second?
We don't know if it's hostile.
It looks like Cedar's first, and then me.
Scroll up a little bit, because Maverick rolled a 24. You're not 20.
Oh, I can't see it because when you roll, it hides yours. That's why.
Ah, weird.
I can see it
Should be able to still see Maverick, though, if you scroll to the top.
in the combat tracker, not in chat.
Oh, yeah, in Combat Tracker. The chat did hide. But yes, Maverick will, I guess,
I see it now. Thank you.
hold. Cedar, what would you like to do?
Your Maverick voice is like spot on.
Oh, thanks.
It really is.
You hear a small sound come from the side of Maverick's backpack. And for the record, I think you should attack it. It's a snake. I mean, snakes are bad, right?
We befriended a snake.
Oh. Oh, I've got nothing then.
Where is the snake? I don't even see
It's
it.
to the south direction. Map south.
Ah,
Map
There's
south
rustling sand.
is Big Russell's sand snake.
But you
Um,
are a gemstone that has been stuck in a doorknob your entire life. How would you know anything about the personality of snakes?
People talk.
Hmm.
One of the priestesses said she
I
saw a
think-
snake and she didn't like it. So, you
I
know.
think
But yes,
I'm
what?
gonna.
Sorry.
I'm gonna use my crossbow.
Old-fashioned crossbow attack. At 8, I believe you still remember how to do that, yeah?
What's that?
Remember how to do it?
Maybe. Oh, come on.
Well, you did the damage. First, you gotta try and hit it, so go ahead and
Oh.
drag the +4 d20 to the side. Drag that onto the giant snake. That hits. Now you can go ahead and
Oh.
drag the damage onto it. And it should auto-roll the damage. It's a snake. You shoot the crossbow bolt and it skids in, cutting through some of the scales on its side, but it continues moving toward you. Oh, I guess we're fighting it then. Go round. Garand.
So it does look like we're fighting.
Cedar shot it.
Okay.
Well, everyone was saying we had to fight it.
No, it's fine. Girls just so some snakes we like and some snakes we don't. Got it. All right.
This like giant jungle anaconda size could eat a human whole size snake is what would Goran like to do is he sees this massive being, not monster, but yeah, that makes sense. The Eldritch Blast blasts into and actually sparks across one of its eyes, and it shakes its head around in the sand as it adjusts its vision. And stepping past you, Gambit Garand moves off to the side. Thicket.
Okay. Well. Ranged attacks.
There are ranged attacks.
Let's cast Entangle.
Do it.
Okay, how do I do the thing where it it's a creature must succeed on a strength saving throw or be restrained by plants. How do I do that? Do I just
Drag the save
target it and do the strength save or do the save button?
Yeah.
Okay.
So then we'll roll. Which it fails. Is restrained. As once again, as you all have seen before, these plants spring out from the sand and dirt around you and wraps around this creature. Their turn.
Cool. Yeah.
Oop. As Doug is looking to the side, you see another snake of similar size approach,
Oh no.
slithering out from the sand behind you. Don't get surprised or anything. It didn't hide well enough, but you didn't see it. It is going to do the thing. It is going to try and restrain or constrict Doug as it tries to wrap its immense body around, pulling him toward it, and it fails. Doug immediately, as it moves forward, jumps over and actually steps off its head, does a backflip, and lands back between y'all and it. As it looks up, this is toward him. Then Doug is going to respond. How would you like Doug to respond? With ultraviolence or perhaps with something else?
Ultraviolence seems in character.
True. Does tend toward ultraviolence, doesn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Let's go ahead. Looking from y'all, looks like these things aren't that hard to hit, so he is going to make a heavy shattered memory attack. Oop. Bringing the great sword down on it, he strikes into it, and because of heavy, he gets to deal some extra damage. Oop. Dealing a total of 12 damage with the strike as he cuts into it, bringing the sword down. As it barely moves out of the way, as he cuts off some of the scales near the side of its head, it hisses at him. You see the yellowish light spread off of him as Doug the Second. There you go. Appears on the other side and is going to make a Unleash Incarnation attack, because why wouldn't he? And do the same attack again. Hits a second time and deals an additional 12 more damage as he cuts into it from the side, slashing upward, cutting along part of its stomach about halfway down as he steps toward it. As these two Dougs are effectively flanking, not in any combat way, but flanking this creature. Gambit. There was a big snake. There are two big snakes, actually.
Big snake.
And big snakes don't resist your attacks like half the other stuff you fought.
Oh, yay! I had a dream about a snake last night.
Well, that's no good.
It wasn't too bad.
Oh, well, that's good, I guess.
Alright, I'm going to try to, smash this guy's, wanna approach, and try to smash it with my hammer.
Approach the one in front of you or the one behind you?
Oh, hold on, let me move my skill sheet so I can see the snakes. Oh, the one behind me, please.
The one behind you, please. All right, go ahead and make the attack.
I can remember how to do that. Go to
And which weapon are
abilities
you
or
using?
actions.
Actions.
Okay, I'm smashing it with my hammer.
With a hammer. Okay.
Okay.
We did decide you could use your sneak attack on your light hammer.
And I miss.
Unfortunately,
Probably.
as you swing down, that does miss with the 11. Just misses. But you
Okay.
do have two light hammers. Let's see. Do they have the light? They do have the light property. You could pull out the other one and make a bonus action attack if you want. It would not have
Sure.
your. It would not have your bonus to damage, but it would.
But that's alright. It would do damage,
It
right?
would still damage.
It would not be. Yeah. Oh, and that was worse.
That's okay.
Come on, Gambit, you can do better. Alright, I'm done with my turn. I will stay there.
Weird. I'm also noticing that for some reason it going offhand doesn't. You have two weapon fighting. That for some reason, no, you don't. Weird. some reason it was still letting you deal the extra damage bonus action attack. But yes, as you strike into it, you do trying to strike it as Doug is cutting through it and kind of blocking your ability to get close to it. You do have a hard time striking into it properly. And a third one appears, coming out of the other dunes to the north, coming down towards Cedar. Little does it know, it's got the worst set of people to attack on account of these two have the highest AC. And it misses as it tries to strike into Cedar. Cedar easily actually places her shield. Actually, she's holding her crossbow, so she wouldn't have her shield, but it still misses. But as it comes up toward you, you pull out the crossbow. You pull your next crossbow bolt you're going to use and jab it in the nose. It's trying to get close to you, not dealing any proper damage, but it pulls back. Not enjoying that. Now it is back to unidentified creature 1. I say unidentified creature. I'm just going to show these in a second because I think y'all can tell what these are.
It's a snake.
They're giant constrictor snakes. Yeah, they're literally just anacondas, basically. But they're in the desert. And this one is going to attack Thicket. Wait, no, it can't move. I forgot. It has to make... How does it get out of this? Let's see. So, what does it have to do to try to escape?
Let me pull it back up. A creature is restrained by plants. You can use its action to make a strength check against your spell save DC. On a success, it frees itself.
Makes sense. Let's see. It does not have anything special, so make a strength check. What is your DC?
You want me to just do the save again?
You can, but I have already rolled it.
Okay. Well, it's 15.
15, so this one does meet it and beat it, unfortunately, as it pulls itself out. It is still, however, have to go through a slowing area, so it'll only have 20 feet of movement, meaning it can only get up to there.
And it doesn't have an action anymore.
Yeah, because it did have to use its action to do that. You're right. It was going to try and attack you, but it can't because it doesn't have an action. Good job. And now we are going to go to the next round. Maverick sees that there is fighting. What would y'all like Maverick to do?
Bonk it.
Bonk.
Bonk, 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 bonk.
Punch bonk. All right, well, let's see. Should he stab it with a Dimeridium Saber or punch it with his lightning fists?
Damage.
Lightning.
1d8 plus 3 and 1d8 plus 4 for the saber. But
Can he work out a combo where he stabs it, and as he follows through with a stab, he also punches?
Oh, so cool.
Unfortunately, I don't
Yes.
think they're light weapons, but that would be neat. Now I need to check, because that would be... No, it's not. He's going to go ahead. Thunder Gauntlets does give a disadvantage on attacking anyone other than him. So
Oh, he'd probably do that then. I think he would do that.
Step forward.
We need
get
to
a little bit
figure out a way for him to learn how to do that.
It's true. He's going to bonus action defensive field, give himself some extra temporary hit points because he likes to do that, and I don't see why you wouldn't. And, when in doubt, punch. Which actually, no, he's not. He's not level 5 yet. He's so close to being able to use his cantrip to deal extra fire damage on top of this. He's so close.
Level
yes,
5.
attack. Extra fire damage. Unfortunately, he automatically misses rolling a nat 1 as he steps over as he triggers his defensive field, creating this aura of magical energy around his armor to help stave off attacks. As he moves forward, he actually slips on part of the sand as it shifts underneath him in a way he doesn't expect, and he does not properly swing his arm, effectively having to use his arm to stop himself from falling. It's fine. Heavy armor, Cedar.
Oh boy.
Boy. Boy, oh boy. Big snacks. 3 of them.
That's because she's still talking to Jackie.
It's true. Jackie is running around Garon's legs. I'm gonna have to start keeping track of Jackie, especially because if something happens, well, careful with your
Jackie has
fireball
plot
plays.
armor. Jackie has plot
For now.
armor.
What
I
saving
think I
throw
messed
are you
up.
making them do? That's okay. I can stop it. What are you trying to do?
Trying to do poison spray.
Ooh. So poison
What do I
spray.
click on?
You
Save?
do have the on save. You drag that onto them, and then I make the save on my side. Oop. It fails. Go ahead and roll the poison damage. The first successful poison spray you've had. Wait, no, I think it's the second. I think you've done this before and it worked. Deal 6 poison damage as you reach out with your hand. This green energy, indicative as usual of Sylvanas. This greenish mist bursts out from you and travels around, and as it breathes, moving its head through the mist. I'm trying to think of how a snake sneezes, but it starts like sneezing, and you see it reacting to the poison, taking damage.
Loser.
Ah. Is that your turn?
Yeah, I guess so.
Garand, from your last turn, there are now 3 snakes.
Well, this looks like we've gotten to ourselves a bit of a scrap down, and he screams and summons water seemingly out of nowhere once again.
I like to
in the middle of
think
the
that
desert.
he screams that way of like, well, I guess we're fighting these now. Ah!
Yeah, totally works. I mean,
Very
he's,
nervous, hesitant scream.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit
Yeah,
tired from the heat.
definitely takes a little bit extra out of him this time to summon that brine.
All right. Which one are
Need
you
to get him
brining?
checked for heat stroke.
Which one are you casting brine upon? Oh, nice job. Good job. Deal magical damage.
I forgot. Is it still restrained or is that over?
It is not
It
restricted.
is not.
You have seen them have relatively low AC or average AC on a technical scale. But unfortunately, that just barely misses as you, as this water once again surrounds it. You shoot past it, but it shifts out of the way at the last moment as it twists on the ground.
All right. Yep, that is my turn. I'm done.
Thicket.
Okay. Thicket is very frustrated that suddenly there are 3 snakes and the one that he just restrained broke out. So, he is going to cast Wild Shape and turns into a big black bear, a little like silvery fur on the back, and is gonna attack the first one.
All right, you know how to turn
Let's see
yourself into a
if-
black bear?
I'm marking off Wild Shape first, and did it work? Yes.
Is black bear? Yes, because I think you have up to 1/2. Is that right, or is it 1/2
I'm-
right now?
I am level 4, which means I can do up to 1/2 with no flying speed.
Nice.
Okay. A black bear does a multi-attack.
It does. It has multi-attack, so you can do 1 bite and 1 claw attack.
Okay.
Sick.
Size will also increase. Not your depth, size. Not. Yeah, there you go. I
Am I
believe are black bears.
properly targeting it?
Are black
It's a
bears
medium.
Large or they're medium?
Yeah.
I thought they were big.
Medium beast unaligned.
Bunk.
It seems like it should be large, but there are larger than
Black
bears.
are medium. Black is medium. Brown is large. Just that's based on like real life.
Yeah.
Like brown bears are actually worse
Yeah, because
than
browns
black
are
bears.
basically grizzly. What we consider like brown and black bears are not quite the same, but basically the same. And then what we talked about with like big brown bears or grizzly bears that are the big ones that you don't want to fight. And then there are polar bears that just don't. Those things can throw a car basically. Just don't.
I like my bears medium rare actually.
So it does help to throw the tack onto it. I can go ahead and target it for you if you'd like.
I thought I was targeting it.
I think
Did
it
it
might have
turn
changed.
it off?
I think it turned it off when it turned you into a bear.
No,
but
it said automatic miss. Oh, that's because it was a one.
just rolled in that one. Yeah. So, but you did hit with the claws. Go ahead and roll damage as Thicket, for like the third time and the only time in combat, really, transforms into this large black bear with this silvery fur, moving forward, trying to bite into it, but not really being able to get past these scales. And as Thicket is kind of holding onto with the bite, starts scraping along it with its claws, pulling off the scales and dealing some damage. Bear Thicket. It is now, which one of you is unidentified creature 8? Which, identify, boom, giant constrictor snake number 8. You're gonna try and do the thing that is your name, and try and constrict Doug. Wrap around the Doug. Critical hit, then wrap around of the Doug. Here, Doug, take some damage. Oof. 19 damage as this constrictor snake moves over and actually wraps partially around Doug, pulling him tight, and you see him gasp as he is squeezed by this. He is going to be grappled and restrained. Victor stakes. Okay, you don't have that. Cool. You do not have multi-attack, which is good for them. As Doug is now being squeezed by this creature, well, here's the question. Does Doug try to break out? He doesn't, because he is a smart boy. He is going to use his bonus action to swap places magically with his Echo, freeing himself from the grapple. Because I was thinking, what would...
He might not know a lot of things, but he knows about his Echo.
I was thinking, like, what would Jack do? Jack would do this. Boom. Over here.
Maury has an Echo. Jack has an Echo.
Yep. Google has an Echo.
So many Echoes. But yes, he's going to make an attack using his non-echoed self. Heavy. Because why wouldn't he use heavy on this? That's a hit. Takes some extra damage. 2d6 plus 5. Another 13 damage cutting into it, actually slicing along its back as he shifts with the Echo. I'm going to say with the Echo being kind of restrained in the shift, he's not going to be able to unleash Incarnation. But he is going to Second Wind.
I just realized it's not Google that has the Echo, it's Amazon.
That's true. Google has...
I thought Amazon was Alexa.
Yeah, it's that, but you can also call it Echo. As someone who has a sister who is similar to the name, when we had one, we called it Echo. It's called an Echo Dot.
Should he...
Alexa has not been responding to Echo this whole time.
You have to you have to change it in the settings.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Should Doug action surge?
Google has the Nest.
It also occurs to me that he could not Second Wind because that's a bonus action and he used that already. So, lose 6 hit points. There. So after that, Doug Gambit.
Yeah.
Doug Teleport replaced himself.
Okay. I'm going to... So is it around the Echo? Or did the Echo get free?
The Echo is basically being grappled by it, but I think the Echoes might be immune to grapple.
Okay.
Echo's just standing there in the middle of a snake.
Basically.
Like a hologram.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay. What?
An orange hologram.
What are all of the tools that are in Mason's tool? What?
hammers
Oh,
and
no.
nails and measures and
What a question to
rulers
ask in combat.
and an elbow like measure graph thing. Yeah, one of those is there. Probably some clamps. Sandpaper. Probably other stuff that would make sense to be in Mason's tools. Well, actually, yeah, sure.
Here.
Like a little those thing they tap to
A
carve rock.
square.
Square.
A chisel?
A chisel. Yeah, that'd be there. There'd be a chisel. There'd be a square angle thing, the 90-degree one.
Hmm.
Where is this going?
Oh man, I was hoping to have a small saw.
I don't think they're necessarily good because
However-
Mason's was a little bit more towards stonework.
Yes. It's alright. It's okay. I am going to take out my chisel.
Okay.
And I'm going to go to a place on the snake on that. And I know it's the echo, right? It's pretty obvious when it's the echo, right?
Yeah. The echo
Okay,
is a bright
alright.
orange version of the.
So I'm going to put the chisel onto the snake and I'm going to whack the chisel into the snake.
That thing.
Mm-hmm.
I guess use the dagger as the weapon for it, since you're piercing into it with the chisel, even though you're using the force of the hammer. So I guess make a dagger attack to see if you can properly get through the scales.
Yeah, my goal is to kind of sever the snake, so it has to unwrap.
It's a little bit
expect
bigger than that.
I don't expect to do it on this turn.
Okay.
So, it might take a couple of turns to.
I also don't know that you could sneak attack this. Are you going to try?
No, that's fine.
Okay.
I'm not going to. Hold on. I'm forgetting where my dagger is. I found it.
This is definitely a creative use of Mason's tools, I must say. I was definitely not expecting this when I came in today. That's a critical hit.
Uh-huh.
You know, I'll say since it's a critical hit, if you want to add your sneak attack damage that you
Okay.
like saying you're like, because it's trying to hold Doug in place, you're like able to get a good look at like exactly where you need to strike. Going like towards its head.
It's been so long since I've done sneak attack. Let me see. I go to actions, correct?
Uh-huh. There's the rogue actions effects tab. We'll open up the sneak attack with the little magnifying glass to the side, and then hit the effect, and it will automatically make it so your next damage roll does the damage.
Sneak attack. And then I go.
So I think you clicked on the star, click on the
I
effect.
did. Where is.
There's a magnifying glass to the right side. Click on the magnifying glass, and it'll show the effect.
I see. I thought that was something different. Okay, click on the effect. I don't have my. I lost my thing to my nope, my mouse, and it's a little harder to use.
So you did not add sneak attack to that.
It didn't.
No. Because you have to hit the effect button, not the star.
I thought I did.
According to the game, you did not, but that's okay.
Can
just roll 2d6.
Okay. I'm making it complicated. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Ooh, nice.
Okay, so that is 8 times 2, so 16. So you deal 16 more damage to it. As you strike into it, as you move up, you find right towards its head where you're like, this seems like where its brain might be. Bunk! As it cuts through, the whole thing stops and falls limp to the ground.
Wait, did I kill it?
You did.
Nice.
That constrictor strike is dead, having been
Love that
stabbed
splatter.
through the brain. Yeah, see, that's the kind of death token I want. See, that's what I'm here for, you know? I believe that is your turn.
That is my turn.
All right, snake number 11 is going to fruitlessly try to attack Cedar again.
Fruitlessly.
It hit!
Oh.
What?
Fruitfully, it hit. Yeah, Cedar, here's some damage. You take a total of 10 damage as it begins to move around you, and you can't quite move fast enough as it begins to wrap around you and squeeze. Dealing 10 damage, you are now grappled and restrained.
What
And
is that mean?
It means you have disadvantage on attacks, and things have advantage on attacks against you, and you can't move. But you can still attack and stuff, like try and break out of it using an action. But like you can't take movement. You can't try and move away from that spot. And other snake is going to attack the black bear in front of it with the same kind of constriction. And is going to natural 20.
No.
And is going to deal a bunch of damage. Dealing a
Wait,
total...
all right. I'm seeing too much ouchies. Can I use another spell there? Can I?
You can. Though, for the record, it will not break through black bear with this. So if you want, you can save it. But I could do disadvantage for that one if you want.
Have I seen enough from Thicket to understand that if Thicket goes out of animal, that Thicket is still okay? Have I seen that yet?
That's not something I know the answer to. What do y'all think? Has he seen that? I don't remember if he has.
Probably.
Sure.
Okay. Well, then if that's the case, then no, then that's fine. I won't.
Okay.
Thank you.
Welcome. Benefit of the doubt's always nice. Grapple and restrain. I will try to pause next time before I roll damage or anything, just to give you the chance to say it next time before I move on. But now it is Maverick's turn. Maverick is going to, I think, punch again.
I appreciate that, especially on a crit.
Oh yeah. Punk. How dare you grab Cedar? Take big punch. Natural 20, big punch. Does Thunder Gauntlets get anything from big punch? It would technically get staggering, so the next, if the thing makes an ability check, you'll have disadvantage. But for now, damage punch. Dealing a total of 16 damage as he punches into it. This thunderous energy moving throughout it. It now has disadvantage on attacks against people other than him. So that's going to be his turn. Cedar, you're being restrained by a big snake.
Mm-hmm.
Big snake.
Big snake.
Big
Die.
snake. Kill big snake. That hits the big snake. Oh, I didn't even see you'd inflicted wounds. Yeah, that definitely hits the big snake. As you are within its grasp, this dark green energy pulses out from you, and where it's touching you in your armor begins to like rot, and the scales pull away as it hisses in pain as you burn
Yeah,
into it.
right.
How many hit points does it have in that? Many, okay. Garand,
Excuse me.
bless you. Garand, you have currently brined a snake that is attacking Thicket as a bear. What would you like to do? Your friends are being attacked, but, not the worst. Everyone seems to be doing relatively okay. It seems like these things hit hard, but they don't seem to hit y'all very much. That hits. Roll damage. Dealing 4 damage, not a lot, but still damage as you send another bolt of this eldritch energy, this lightning-like eldritch energy at it. You strike into it. Anything else?
Does anybody look super worse for wear?
Doug's a bit hurt. He would be considered heavy.
All right, let me go. I'll heal him up.
Hey, thanks. Are you using Healing Light or Spell?
spell. I'm gonna use the healing word.
Nice. You have such a big action sheet. I think you have the largest action sheet.
How do I upcast?
While you're holding it, like while you're dragging it, click the right mouse button to increase the number of dice you're using. If you don't have a button that does that, then you can press the magnifying glass next to the heal, and then drag a dice onto its dice option. Add it. I believe I can add another option. Boom. Oh, never mind. I can't add another option. Well, I mean, I can, but not the way I thought I could. So if you want, you can try the drag, or if you can't drag, I can make another for you.
Well, you were playing around a second ago, and there was like 2 dice on it, and then it went away. And I was trying to roll, but I wasn't fast enough.
That's fair. Because I accidentally made it up to 3d4 because I did something in a way that seemed weird to me that I probably shouldn't have done or done differently. I don't know what the extra d4 is for down there. I did add an option for the heal that is the 2d4 plus 5 for the second level. Sorry, I'm being confusing. There we go, that works.
Alright,
As
that's
he
good,
heals
thank you.
2 hit points, gaining
down now.
power. You regenerate some of his aura with your magic. Take it as a black bear.
Okay. I am currently restrained, correct?
You are restrained.
Does it take my action to get unrestrained?
I believe so.
What happens if I try and attack it without?
You will have disadvantage. Accurate feelings. Understandable. And keen smell does not help you here.
I can't sniff my way out of being restrained.
No, unfortunately not.
Darn. It's rigged.
Not really. I could rig it if you want, but no. I mean, I'm always able to just change their HP on this side if I want to. So, you know, whatever.
Do I have, like, literally any other actions besides
As a black
doing
bear?
a bite?
Not really. Because you can't cast your spells while in this form. Yeah, I don't even think you can benefit from like feline agility or anything. I think you're just a bear right now.
I'm gonna try and attack it anyway because I don't want to waste it on trying to get out.
Okay, go ahead and make the attacks. You should already be targeting it. Unfortunately, that misses as you try to bite into it as it's holding you upwards and in place a bit. The second one does hit, however, as you swing around with your claws, pushing against it.
Dang it!
Fortunately, you deal minimum damage as you can't move quite well, but you are clawing in and actually managing to deal some blood as you're cutting into the scales.
I guess like snarling and snapping his jaws at it.
Alright, Snake 8 is dead. Doug is going to do the Doug thing. You know, the Doug thing. Where he stabs it. Do. Go ahead and pure usual. Heavy. One wouldn't. Actually, wait, it just occurred to me. He has to actually move because that one's dead. Yeah. Don't worry, I'll help you. Thicket. Stab. Miss. Action surge, angry stab. Hit. stab. Damage. He deals 10 damage as he cuts into it, running over and stabbing into its side with Shattered Memory. Anything else he needs to do this turn? Is there anything Shattered Memory can do for him here? Unless he's gonna try. So I can't use Ceremony. That's not gonna be cool. And Shattered Memories reaction doesn't do anything. Okay, cool. That's him. Gambit. Dead snake in front of you. Also, he's gonna let this Doug dissipate.
Okay. And this snake over here is grappling bear?
Yes. Thicket as a bear.
Okay, it worked the first time. So he's gonna come over and do the exact same thing.
This one will probably
Chisel,
not have your snake.
hammer. That is fine.
Chisel
Gambit
hammer.
doesn't know that. He thought it worked. He thought that
True.
snakes are weak to chisels.
Weak to stab. To be fair, everything's kind of weak to stab. Except for skeletons,
Yes.
who are notably not weak to stab.
Okay, so dagger.
Skeletons are weak to bonk.
We go burr.
Chisel do go burr. That's that stab. Chisel stab go burr.
Okay,
Damage.
damage.
Step and cut into it. You deal 6 damage as this time as you cut into it. You expect a big reaction. It does, it's still hissing. It's kind of thrashing around at this point, but doesn't seem to note you in particular.
Dang it! I thought this would work.
Constrictor Strike 11 is going to drop Cedar. Actually, it doesn't need to drop Cedar, but
I think it should.
It's gonna make a Wisdom saving throw. Well, Wisdom check to see if it should drop Cedar or if it should not drop Cedar.
It's gonna fail because it's dumb.
It's true. It's gonna carry Cedar with it, and it is going to
Dumb.
start moving away.
Oh,
And because it's of its size, it doesn't need to slow down in any way. It can just carry you as normal because it's a big,
Because it's hacking.
basically. Pulling you along with it as it begins to slither away, pulling Cedar, and it's going to use its action.
No, that snake is kidnapping my friend.
Did we just get us up? We got a follow, yeet.
Nice!
But yes, let's see. Okay, it's gonna make an intelligence check now to see if it knows that it's probably better off dashing through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh. It does. It's gonna go ahead and move 30 more feet away from
Dashing all the way.
Ha ha ha. As it moves, swiftly moves over the hill, slightly out of sight for ranged attacks, pulling Cedar all along with it. As y'all see, Cedar very quickly pulled away in the sand.
Uh-oh.
And Giant Snake 1 is going to take the tip from its buddy and is going to make a Wisdom check. And if it rolls well, it's going to run away with Bear.
I'd like
No.
to see it try.
It rolled well. It thinks that good idea. Are y'all going to reaction attack? Doug will, I think.
Yes.
I would like to bite it.
You don't get a reaction attack. You're coming with it.
I
Okay.
can't react to being dragged.
Nope.
Okay, no chisel this time. Just gonna go at it with my hammer.
Gonna swing at it with the hammer in the other hand. All right.
Mhm.
And Doug is going to do his normal.
Oh, I didn't put it on the bear. I mean, on the snake. I'm
It's okay.
not.
That's still hit. You can roll damage. 7 damage. You okay? Shadow Memory hits. Deals 10 damage. Big Snake hurt. Big Snake running away. It's bleeding as y'all cut into it, striking it with the hammer, actually pulling off some of the scales. Another cleave from Shattered Memory as it is now booking it away from it.
What are
Maverick
you
is
running?
going to run up onto the hill, onto the top of the dune. And what would you like Maverick to do? Shoot long way or run at it?
Shoot!
Magic missile! Go!
I
Impossible to
choose
miss.
you, magic missile.
Magic missile, I choose you. Releasing these 3 beads of white magical energy that strike into it. It is not dead, but it is hurt. That is its
Good.
movement as action. Cedar, you are being restrained and kidnapped by Snick.
Um, I'm going to channel divinity.
Ooh. I assume the first one.
Yes. Charm these animals. Can I do multiple animals or just the one?
You can, but only within a certain distance, and then the other one's not close to you.
Other one's too far away. Well, I guess I'm doing the one that's holding me then.
All right. Try and make the wisdom save.
I hope this is a really dumb snake.
Have you done it?
I thought you were doing it.
No, it's on your side. You have to drag the save onto it. Channel divinity under the magnifying glass part. Good job. And
Okay.
it fails. As you do this, you hold out your magic, your symbol of Sylvanas. That's right. As you hold out the symbol of Sylvanas, this pulse of energy flows out from you, this calming energy. And as it hits it, I'm going to go ahead and drag Charmed onto it. I don't know how long that's going to last, though, before tell it to go away or something, or kill it. As you do so, the snake relaxes and releases you. Straight. Kind of looks to you. Anything else you'd like to do? I believe that's your action. You can still speak and stuff if you'd like.
Oh.
And there's also bonus actions if you want to use spiritual weapon or something.
No, that's okay.
Gonna stand there as it lets you go.
Can I leave?
Yeah, you can walk away from it. It's friendly to you right now.
I want to get as close to thicket as a black bear as I can.
You can get about there. Is that good?
Where?
About 30 feet to the south.
Zoom out.
I think it's all the way down here.
Yeah.
I'm far away.
You walk a few feet away, leaving the snake behind you, kind of confused. Garand, Snake is
Help.
leaving with your cat friend.
I need somebody. Help. Not
All right,
anybody.
we're gonna see how this goes.
Believe in you. Step past Gambit. Oh, excuse me. Mark as Jackie runs around with you. Heroic point. We are range. Unfortunately, despite expending the hero point, as you step forward majestically, the wind blowing through your hair, the shot goes wide and flies over.
I can't believe how badly I roll. I just can't even.
Dang.
You're
It
built
was
so
a
well,
12
and then-
with a 1.
I don't know. In real life, I roll fantastic, but apparently on this, not so much. All right, well.
Well, I guess someone else is gonna have to help Thicket. Speaking of which, Thicket, you want to help yourself?
Okay. Does it look like it's hurting
Yes.
a lot? Okay.
It's bleeding on you. You're pretty
I'm
fair.
gonna use
No.
hero point to hit.
Hero point? And hope you don't nat 1 like someone else in the room. Oh, it just occurred to me. I just saw you also used a guiding bolt. Oh, that's so sad. I thought it was an Eldritch Blast. Dang. Now I feel worse. Whatever. Yeah, so you can use hero point and still hits. Roll damage.
Chomp.
That's barely enough damage to knock it down as
Bear.
it moves. Haha, bear. As it drags you
I had a
along.
second attack too.
Yeah, you just bite into it, crushing along its neck, and you can actually feel some of its muscles be restrained. And surprisingly enough, as you bite through, you kind of feel a weird twitch, as it seems like you cut through its spinal cord. So while parts of the rest of its body are still writhing, how snakes do when they die, it seems to have no control, and it loosens and lets you out. It writhes for a few moments before it slows.
I stand victoriously and go, whoop!
Doug will.
And then I'm gonna start going towards the last snake.
Doug will dash because he cannot see from where he is, so he's going to yeet himself all the way up here. Thicket can also now just barely see the snake.
Wait, I have 40 movement.
Do you as there? Okay, then move
Yeah.
10 feet further. Still not really able to see super well because of the dune. Actually, stepping onto the dune, you can kind of see. Gambit, what would you like to do?
Is there still living snakes?
Everyone seems to be moving to the northeast direction, but the 2 snakes you can see are dead. Snakeless.
See big snake charging in one direction. Or sorry, big bear charging in one direction.
Big bear
One
running on the grass.
direction.
Getting that poor bear. Thankfully, I think the sand and blood will go off of your fur when you change back, but you've got like matted, sandy, bloody fur right now.
Why doesn't it say that my current hit points are accurate?
Because it gives you them as temporary hit points, so that whenever it drops down, it can change back.
All right, if I go
temporary.
here,
Yeah.
can I use my? Am I in range to use my slingshot with a regular ammo?
You did buy regular ammo, didn't you?
I did.
How much regular ammo do you have? Just out of curiosity.
It says 1, but I'm pretty sure I bought 10.
That might be the weight.
The sling bullets or sling RW?
Let me go to my inventory. It will probably make it more clear. I wish I had my mouse.
Because you have your +1 bullets.
I don't want to waste +1 bullet.
It's a good decision. Don't waste them.
Oh, I just have darts.
That works. You can throw a dart.
10 darts. Okay.
Darts have 20, 60 feet, so you would do it with disadvantage, but you could throw it.
Okay, I'm going to throw it.
Alright. Mark off dart and make the attack with disadvantage. So mark the disadvantage in the bottom left before you roll.
Disadvantage. and make sure that I use the correct dart because I don't want to use my magic darts.
You don't own any magic darts, so be good on that one.
Sure. Oh.
Darts are all regular. The sling is what has the magic ammo.
Oh. Okay, thank you.
You're good. I am DM. I am here to help and also maybe kill you. It does hit though. Well, damage.
It cut off the last part. Also, maybe what?
Also maybe kill you.
Hmm.
I am the DM. I here to help, give good time, and also murder.
Oh,
It
sad.
deals 4 points of damage as this dart flies through the air and cuts into the creature.
All right, my turn done.
It is going to stop being charmed on account of your friends attacking it. And it is going to begin to flee. As it flees this way, yeeting itself off through the dirt, as it gets up to this point, moving on to this dune, it shifts up, and you see someone step out from the side of the dune, swing down with a big stick and bonk it on the head. It stops for a moment, and then drops to the ground and does not move.
Oh, hello.
As the person looks over to you, I need to grab my note.
It roars.
You see a fairly short, slender figure looking over to you. And this halfling-sized figure waves. Hello.
Gambit kind of like does that like wave, like I'm acknowledging that you're acknowledging me, but I'm also have no idea who you are. Awkward wave, basically.
The short figure begins to walk over to you.
Hello, short figure.
Hello.
That's
How
rude.
How
Don't
wise is
dis-
Thicket as a bear?
You keep your mental scores, so however
Okay.
wise you are normally.
Okay.
Good job killing those guys.
Thanks.
Those big things are a problem for most travelers. I'm Ronstep. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Thanks. Always nice to know someone enjoys meeting me. Or is that just a thing people say? I haven't actually figured it out yet. I've got to be honest.
I haven't either.
What was that?
I haven't figured that out either.
Oh, that makes 2 of us, I guess.
Hmm?
Well,
Thicket goes up and smells him.
Hello. As this fairly, you're smelling like starting the top of his head. He is a short figure. That, as you can see closer, you'll recognize is not a halfling, but is in fact a gnome. A slightly taller than a halfling, similar facial shape, but is a lot more slender. You see this one has some reddish hair to him, and relatively dark skin. As he reaches up and lets you smell a moment, and then reaches up to pet you. Assuming you let him.
Thicket doesn't.
Does not.
No.
Pulls away. Oh, that's unfortunate. Well, nice to meet you all. Are you planning to keep the snake? Like, eat them?
Eat it?
Yeah. Snakes. They're big. Got lots of meat on them.
They
I
may
think,
be big to you, buddy.
I mean,
I'm pretty
Jackie.
sure one of those things could eat you whole.
I'm pretty
Well,
sure Jackie
did it,
might want
did
some.
it.
Hello.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry, half elf. You were talking about the jackal you have? Is that?
Yes. Jackie. Hello. I'm Grond.
Hello, Garond. Nice to meet you. I'm Ronsnip. Hello, Jackie, as he bends down to Jackie, who sniffs him hesitantly, looking over at Thicket, but then licks his hand. Ah, yeah, I knew I liked you. Ah. So, you're not gonna eat the snakes, then?
I think Jackie might.
Oh, wonderful. You want me to cut some up into some slightly smaller pieces for her?
That would be very kind. Thank you.
Wonderful. As he walks over to the first one you killed. This one seems to be in the, most easily cuttable position. Well, the fact that you've already kind of started. As he pulls out this long survival type of knife and begins cutting through it. Nice to meet you all. I'm a druid. Name's Ronsnip. I don't really get many travelers that hang out with me. So where you going? What are you up to?
Did he smell trustworthy when he sniffed it?
What does trustworthy smell like? Because he smells like sand and sweat and
That's
sand
not it.
and sun.
That's not the smell of trustworthiness.
He smells like he's been living in the desert.
That's not it.
Especially with the fact that as a bear you have keen senses, and with your survival skill, I'm not even gonna make you roll. You can clearly he smells like he's been living in the desert for quite some time. So he cuts off bits of snake and is effectively tossing them to Jackie, who's happily nipping them up.
Where did you say you were from?
Yeah, all over. I travel around. I live as a nomad. Yeah, so just around here, I guess. I sometimes help people who are getting back and forth between Keenite and Gist down there. Sometimes going in whenever I need a new set of clothes or something.
Hey, weren't we going to Schist?
We are going to Schist.
Yeah, lovely.
Interesting.
But mostly I live around here, and there's actually as he points off this direction, there's a nice little oasis, quarter mile to half a mile down that way. Got a few trees to it, a nice little pond. A good place to rest
Does
for the
he
night.
sound like he's telling the truth?
Make an insight check.
Insight.
With that level of insight, looking at him, he does seem to be quite straightforward. Not getting tinges of the type of he seems to be a little bit overbearing, saying a bit more than he needs to.
Overbearing.
Aha! He's not reserved in any way that you can tell. But he doesn't seem to be malicious in his words or his actions. He seems to be quite casual.
So he's a nomad.
Yeah.
Is he a no sad too?
I try to be happy. Are any of you all going? You said none of you are going to want this snake. In that case, I will take some for myself, and we'll leave the rest out here for the animals to eat. If you want scales or anything, and there's some city folk like that, and I've occasionally made armor. As he actually pulls his cloak to the side, and you see he is wearing effectively hide armor, but made out of these serpent scales and bits of skin. I made some use of it myself. It took a while, actually, to get it properly set up and everything. Are y'all going to be on your way, or do you want to come over to the oasis or something? I don't want to be overbearing. I know. City folk have been less kind to me before. They say I'm annoying. Apparently, not really my business.
Yeah, I can see that.
I don't know if that's a compliment, and I'm not really going to ask.
No, you seem very polite. You were helpful, and you stopped that creature from later trying to come get us. So, I don't think so. Nothing wrong with being loquacious.
Oh, you're very welcome. But yeah, if you don't have to come to the waste. That's up to you. As he seems to pretty easily finish up cutting what he's going to take from the snake and stands up.
Wait, so you're offering to guide us through a shortcut?
Not really. It's just a nice spot to sit, have lunch or something if you want to go. It is early as he looks up to the sun. 10 o'clock maybe. If you want to come have an early lunch, get some nice water before you head on. But if you want to just make your way, if you want to There's no harm, no foul. I won't be offended if you do. It's early in the day. You've still got plenty of walking you can do.
I think I would like to keep going, but I will do whatever the majority decides.
I'm
Since we
also
have
quite
plenty of water.
What is the majority deciding? You'll like to sit with Ronsnip, or are you going to continue your way?
I mean, lunch now, lunch later, is fine with me. I'm fine with lunch now. Is anybody ready for an early lunch, and then we'll make the
Is
most
there
of the day?
milk?
I don't have any.
I'm indifferent then.
I guess that leaves Black Bear Thicket. Do you seem distrustful, wanting to go back to the cart, or are you following him?
If it is neutral, like cedar.
Oh well, if y'all seem a bit apprehensive, so no harm, no foul. As he steps over and reaches up to shake Strawn's hand, you seem to have the highest opinion of me, so I guess I will say my goodbyes to you.
Be safe out there.
Yeah, if you ever find yourself in Schist or perhaps in Key Night and you want a good ale, perhaps you might hear a song or two.
Sounds
And
lovely. You're a
I'll be
minstrel.
happy to buy you a pint on me.
Sounds wonderful. Hope I see you again then. Tries to shake your hand. Do you shake his?
Oh, of course, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, he shakes your hand.
Wait. I want to watch him. I want to see if he steals anything. Can I do that?
Make a perception check. Or investigation, I suppose, since you're watching him in particular very closely.
An investigation. And...
As you watch, you see him as he steps close, kind of short, up toward Garand. He reaches down and pets Jackie a moment, and then as he reaches back up, you think for a moment, you swear, it looks like he reaches and takes something from the pack at Garand's side.
Oh boy. Oh no. Oh, what should I do? Oh. Okay, okay. I'm going to walk up and also shake this guy's hand.
You will happily shake your hand.
And I want to snatch something off of him. A steal for a steal.
What are you kind of trying for? It looks like he's got some different pouches at his belt. He is wearing a backpack. Has some rope and stuff tied onto the side as well. What looks to be a bedroll. He is holding a staff. A fairly tall, probably 2 feet taller than he is, with some trinkets hanging off the top.
This is what I'm gonna do. I'm going to shake his hand, but then I'm gonna pull him in for like a pat on the back hug and stick my hand into his pack and pull something.
Just something random?
Just something random.
Okay, let me grab something random. And I need you to make a sleight of hand check.
Okay. Please.
All right. With that roll, let me check his passive perception because he's not trying to make a conscious perception check. What is your passive perception, friend? I doubt it will beat his. All right. Yeah. So you reach in and pull out this small vial that you slide kind of into your sleeve as you move back. Oh, got a kind close one there.
Oh yeah, you know me. I love hugs. So,
Good to know.
it just seems like you also loved hugs. So,
Not that I'm not
and
used to them, but I'm currently happy to if someone's interested.
oh yeah. No problem.
It's been lovely meeting you all. And hopefully I will run into you for a pint or something.
Y'all are creeping
certainly,
me
certainly.
out.
And he will walk away. A few moments pass before he moves up over some dunes off to the northwest, disappears from sight. Looking in your hand, you see that you have you are holding a small flask, a small crystal vial, inside of which is this somewhat shiny liquid that seems to be quite reflective of the light. And you see almost these little particles of this almost silver. Yeah.
Okay.
What do you
Okay,
follow?
I'm gonna walk up to Karan and be like, hey, check your inventory. Just do a little, like, make sure you got all your stuff.
Right, okay. So, I mean, as much as I can, I guess, Micah, I'm rifling through, making sure that...
Make an investigation check.
Any chance my passive will be good enough to recognize, or...
What's your passive? Would be 10 plus the
17.
bonus.
It's
17?
17.
Yeah, with that passive, you're able to look, and as far as you can tell, everything is there. You don't have any... There's nothing, at least of note. Like, there's... Maybe a stick is missing at the most, but, like, you don't really carry around sticks, except for, like, the tinderbox, and you don't see anything missing from there either. Doesn't look like there's anything missing.
Oh,
Alright, I guess I'll have to go down the list of emergency things, because, I mean, he seemed, like, he seems convinced that that I should check, so I'm gonna look for the pearl.
Yep.
Or identify, is that good?
Yep.
The 2 elemental gems, are those good?
Yep.
My arcane focus, is that good?
Yep.
My music items, are those good?
Yep.
My scroll of silence.
Yep.
Ah.
Your money's all there. Your little electrum whistle you have is there. Gemstones are there.
Okay. Well, if he got something, he must have really needed it, because I can't seem to find anything that he might have taken. So.
Oh. Well, whoopsies. Here, you can have this for free. And I handed him the vial. I was sure that he swiped something off of you, so I swiped something off of him.
Oh, well.
Damn it!
Hey,
Thank you.
I was just trying
I'll
to.
Arcana check it.
I was just trying to look out for a brother, you know.
The unidentified item, go ahead and make an Arcana check, just for a quick glance.
I guess I am a criminal
It's
now.
a vial. It's a pretty shiny vial.
That's fine. Yeah, I mean, just maybe I already recognized it. All right. Well, later I can identify it. Well, if he does ever come to an inn and he's there and I can give him a pint, I'll explain the situation if I still have the item. And if not, well, chalk it up to if he didn't look like he was doing something bad, then it wouldn't have been an issue. So, I've once heard of some great book that said, "Do not even have the appearance of evil." So.
Oh, that's quite the quote to do. Are you sure it wasn't a fortune cookie?
No, I did get one of those ones that said that my lucky numbers are 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, and 8, and yeah, I promptly threw that away.
Oh, everyone knows that 8 is not a lucky number.
It isn't?
No, in
Oh.
fact, if you double check, no numbers are lucky numbers.
I don't know. I think I'm partial to 17. Claude pops up. It's always been a good one in my book.
7. Claude, what do you know?
Not much, but I like the number 17. Actually, you know, and take that back. I'm a genius.
Sure.
How dare you assume otherwise?
Yeah.
Yep.
I think you're pretty smart. I just think that you're
Thanks.
naive.
I'm not going to listen to anything past you're smart.
Did he sound like he was telling the truth when he said he's a genius?
What? No.
Does everyone feel relatively healed?
You don't have to make a check. It sounds disingenuous. What was that?
I was asking, does anyone need healed? It seemed a decent challenge, but if we're satisfactory, then we can press on.
Yeah, I'm okay for now. Beck says.
I'm good.
I don't even know.
Oh, does Thicket become non-black bear anymore?
Thicket's playing with Jackie.
No.
Aww.
As you play with Jackie and as y'all continue on your way, that's where we're going to go ahead and take our 10-minute break. Just stole it from a druid, man. You just bunk. Gone.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry.
You're being...
He rolled a nat 1, and he was sure that his friend was getting stolen from. So what is he gonna do?
Up to this point, you still feel sure. Like, even though even though he says there's nothing missing.
Yeah.
Oh, how does he really know, though?
Yeah, I mean, that guy...
You clearly saw it, you know?
Right. And I am a man of the streets. I know pickpocketing when I see it.
Tell him, Gambit.
Alright, I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna grab a snack.
This is a good time for that. My objective tomorrow is to set up and plant my seedlings inside.
Ooh.
Yeah, I've got garden stuff that's going to be fun soon, so I need to start now so that I'll actually have, transplants to put into my garden come the end of frost. I already got my potatoes out because I think they're pretty resistant to frost, and they seem to be doing okay. Looks better than they did last year. They're actually starting to grow a little bit, I think. It's only been like 5 days, but potatoes can be fast, apparently. Start. So, hopefully something out of it.
My sim is currently growing 2 potato plants.
Yeah. But I hope I get some more stuff this year than I did for my garden last year. I got a whole bunch of seeds for stuff. I have... Let's see. I have yellow squash, Brussels sprouts, cauliflower, broccoli, eggplant, tomato, pepper, okra, green squash, also known as cucumber, basically, radish, and carrot.
Oh my gosh, all of that sounds delicious.
Yeah, I don't have a big garden area, though, so I'm probably only going to have, at maximum, like 4 or 5 plants per item. But still, ones that I'm going to have the most of, I'm planning are the tomatoes, the okra, and maybe the eggplant. I do like eggplant. Oh, and the bell peppers, because my family loves bell peppers.
If you end up having too much okra, can you let it grow? Buy some.
I really doubt that we will, but if we do, I'll find a way to get some to you.
Thank you.
Because
my boyfriend is obsessed with okra right now.
Pretty great.
And it's actually like a tad bit expensive and hard to find in the store.
Yeah, at the moment. Because it's not quite seasoned yet. Give it 2 months and you'll be able to get a lot of it pretty cheap, I think.
Okay.
I'm excited for in roughly a month and a half, 2 months, when I'll be able to like buy bulk. I can't remember what they're called. Plums.
Describe what they
buy
look like.
5 pounds of plums from Sam's Club.
Old Sam and his club.
Oh yeah, Sam's Club. The southern version of Costco.
My best friend's husband is like the biggest Costco fan in the world. He has like every piece of clothing you could possibly have that says Kirkland's signature on it. The man is obsessed with it, and it's so funny.
What song is this? It's so chill. It's called... Oh, it's from Final Fantasy X.
Are there really 10 Final Fantasy games?
There are like 17 now.
Yeah, there's a
Dang.
lot.
Yeah, 17 comes out this summer, I believe.
Oh,
And
speaking
that's
of
not
which,
including like the 2 remakes we've had.
Or no. Sorry, it's 16 comes out this summer. It was 15 that... Yeah, it's 16, not 17.
One of
Goodness
them's an
gracious.
MMO. There's a remake of 7. I think Final Fantasy 13 has a sequel that I don't know if it's called like Final Fantasy 14 or just Final Fantasy 13 Part 2 or whatever it is. One with lightning.
the Disney Parks fandom right now is having a field day because the Tron roller coaster just opened, and everyone's like, and they didn't add Sora because you see, there is a Tron level in Kingdom Hearts 2, and so like there are all these like Photoshop pictures of like Sora, Goofy, Donald, and Tron, or not Tron. Yeah, Tron.
Yeah, the Tron guy.
They're like in front of the ride, like in their action poses. It's so funny.
Wonderful.
I love that.
Love when the Kingdom Hearts fandom comes out to play. I went ahead and reverted.
It's not very often, but when we do,
Fun one to see. I
Yep.
went ahead and reverted you from Wild Ship, by the way, Thicket.
No!
Y'all are gonna travel it. It's gonna go away in an hour or 2 hours.
No!
Yeah, I know. You can only be a bear for so many hours a day.
No. I want to roleplay the whole 2 hours of bear time.
No. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to roleplay a dog for 2 hours. That would put me in a very weird subsection of people on the earth, and I'd rather not be part of that subsection, you know?
It would be unbearable.
ah,
Okay, those were barely funny the first time.
Alright, is everyone back?
No response.
No, I'm not here.
Is anyone not back?
was there anyone that left?
I think Maury went to grab a snack,
I think
did
she's
not.
back.
and I would have
Why
grabbed...
would you grab a snack?
You make assumptions about me. I've been here the whole
Didn't
time
you
petting
say-
That's what I
Echo.
thought. Maybe it was Jesselyn.
The Jocelyn who went and grabbed a snack? Oh,
It was
okay.
Jocelyn.
I misremembered.
It's alright.
Making up lies about me.
If I wanted to do that, I'd say something like, Maury plays basketball.
Oh, goodness. I never.
I don't think you've ever touched
Maury
a
won the
basketball.
Nobel Prize.
I have actually played basketball
Oh, look at that.
in preschool.
Yeah, that doesn't count.
Our church pastor was the coach, and he would hold us up so that we could dunk the ball.
Adorable.
Cute.
Yeah, are you back, Chris?
Yeah, I'm good.
If
My
we're all good to
headphones
start,
died.
go for probably another 45-ish minutes, and then we'll probably end around there, because I know Abby needed to sleep. And if
How'd you know?
if I don't let Abby go to sleep, she will go asleep anyway on her desk.
I'll do it.
She's done it before.
I'm not
No.
even trying. I hope you understand that.
I know,
It's not
it's
like I just
okay.
lay down and I'm like, I'm done with them.
I know, it's okay, it's okay, you're good. But I would like Thicket to make 3 3 more survival checks to get you all the way there without issues. Because if you roll really
Yay.
badly somehow, you might
Dice
get
rolling.
lost.
And that was almost a nat one.
If that was a nat 1, you would have gotten lost, and we would have had to deal with that fun stuff. Because you can get
That was
lost.
so close to being a nat one.
Because if you
Can
get
be dead.
lost, I'm literally going to make the token invisible, and then you just have to tell me which
Oh,
direction you're trying to go.
Yeah.
It's getting lower.
And make one more.
I can Bardic Inspiration since it seems like Thicket's getting like a little tired.
It's over multiple days, so it's not really something you could bardically inspire since they're whole days.
Okay, alright, fair enough.
Because bardic inspiration lasts like 10 minutes, and so it's good for a short term, but you can't really do it for long.
I get my spells in wild shape back.
Out of curiosity,
long rest spell.
would you allow all of my Bardic Inspiration to count as one Bardic Inspiration for that roll, since it's like all day, and then if we do get into a combat, then I'm out of Bardic Inspiration?
Sure.
Alright, for future, for when we go back.
But for now, you're okay. You made the 3.
Yeah.
It is now, moving ahead 3 days, 1, 2, it is now Sunday, the 19th of March. The full moon has passed. You could all see the full moon in the night sky quite easily, what with being in the middle of the desert. Actually, not middle, you're on the southern side of the desert, but yeah. See the full pretty moon shining in the sky, bits of specks of light, sparkles that you've all grown and lived as, for some reason, unbeknownst to you, and even wizards with high-powered magnifying glasses have not been able to figure out why, but it does appear there's some sort of, be it glass, gemstone, or ice, or whatever it is, something that, when light shines upon it, the moon does seem to sparkle.
It's a vampire.
The moon is a vampire from Twilight. You got me.
It's sweating.
Yes, you could identify the vial.
Edward?
Edward.
Say it.
Just to hurt the other half of the fandom that gets that. There's Edward, and there's Edward. Just in case anyone has seen Full Metal Alchemist.
That was low.
Yeah,
That
I know,
was
I'm the worst.
low.
Yeah, it hurt me too. That helps.
Mm.
I have not seen Full Metal Alchemist.
You'll get it one day. Yeah, you find that it is a flask of holy water, is what the vial is. So technically it's a flask, but nah, it's a vial. I think vial makes more
Juice.
sense. Yeah, it's holy water. You can smash it on an undead's head, and it'll deal radiant damage. Yeah.
I swear I've seen holy water as used as like a component for a spell or something.
Oh yeah, it's specifically used as a component for protection from evil and good. Which at least 2 of you tend to have prepared at the time. Despite the fact that it requires material components.
Yes, I do have that spell. Not prepared, but I have it.
You had prepared for a little bit, I thought.
I did,
and I'm
but I
pretty
don't
sure
anymore.
Cedar now has it prepared with stuff, I believe. How many castings do you
I do. Do you?
Let's see, how many castings of it do you have? You have...
Probably just one.
I don't even see it on your sheet. You may not have any castings of it prepared. Does Thicket have any castings of it prepared? Or any materials for it?
Wait, what?
Yeah,
Yes,
you
I do.
have. No, Thicket does, though.
What?
Yeah, you have 10 uses of powdered iron for protection from evil and good.
I don't have the spell prepared though.
Sure, but you have the stuff for it. But yes, regardless, it is now a windy day as you come upon a very windy day heading in southward out towards the sea behind you. Bits of sand coming up into the air. As you all move toward and see for the first time the coastal town of Schist. Stretching out before you. Oh, the vial? It's holy water. As you move towards Schist, you see the effectively walls, as there's not a town you know of within, really anywhere you know of within all of Vacula that doesn't have some kind of walled protection to help fight against the Grim, because they're more difficult than bandits seem to be. Though bandits do exist, there simply aren't many of them at this point.
Bandit healer?
Huh?
I got that joke.
Good.
Thank you. I'll be
I
here all week.
understood that reference.
I didn't, but I'm not going to worry about it.
Probably because you follow me on TikTok and I won't stop posting about Bluey and the Jonas Brothers.
I love Bluey.
What?
I didn't know about the...
Sentence I was not expecting to hear today.
Yeah, that's...
Surprisingly, I've not actually seen a Jonas Brothers video from you.
What
I
does...
posted like 5 this week.
Okay, this is off topic. We're going to have to get to this later. I will follow up.
Anyway.
I'll send it to you.
Anyway.
Please.
Anyway. This city
I think
before
so.
you. Not quite city, but this fairly large, bustling town. You see quite a few buildings of pretty large sizes over the walls. Marching along the walls every now and again are, guards, as you've seen before, with no issue. Similar wooden sandstone walls made up of the way. And you see down the other side, and stretching out into the distance, is the Southern Sea, which I don't think I actually named the seas, and I don't know if they have a name in RWBY. So you see the southern parts of the sea
Isle.
into the distance. Looking into the fairly bustling, you actually do see there is a short line of people. Not a lot, just a couple of people that seem to be around the same time as you, coming up to the gate, talking to a couple of these guards there that have these papers. Looking out to, you can't see much of the town from here, as it is a fairly flat area. But you do smell a bit of the coastline. Not super strong because the wind is pouring towards the coastline. But you do smell the salt. As you step forward up to the gate, you see there are 2 merchants talking to the guard. Guard looks over. Given that your papers aren't quite what you expect, mind if we take a look in your cart real quick? That ain't fine. That's what you need to do, the dwarven merchant says. And the guards take a minute and they check in the merchant's cart, opening a couple of the boxes, checking inside, inspecting them. Yep, everything seems to be in order. Alright, you can head in. They open the wooden gates, and the couple of merchants go inside.
Do the merchants look suspicious?
Make an insight check.
I say if Thick is still a bear, I was gonna
This is 3 days
point
later.
we think.
My wild shape does not last 3 days.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if it was
I mean, if Thicket wanted
until
to,
you decide to switch back.
that would be neat, but unfortunately not how it works. It only lasts half your level, I believe, in hours. So he can stay in for 2 hours at a time, twice per short rest. So you could do like 4 hours in it, take an hour off, 4 hours in it if you wanted to like maximize animal time. But that depends on if Thicket was like running along with the cart in bear form as much as possible while you're working. But anyway, with that insight, no, the merchants, while disgruntled from having to have their stuff looked at, they do seem perfectly reasonable. You don't see any hidden compartments on their cart. You don't find anything suspicious on there. They're just effectively commoners trying to do their job. He looks over to you all with your 2 mules in your cart. All right, what's with you all then? What's your business here?
What's your business here?
No, Cedar. No, they're the guard.
Oh.
To make sure that nothing inappropriate comes along. No. No.
We don't own a business.
My friend, she's a little traumatized from a snake attack out in the desert recently. We come from we are modern heroes of the region. Perhaps you have heard of the messengers? Perhaps not. I don't know who may have made it this way, but and then I'll start name dropping. I'll talk about like the different like lords that we've already helped, and like we'll happily like acknowledge our our goodness. And I'll start listing off like I'll highlight makes Seer look good. I'll things that make maybe Gambit look good. I'll highlight things that each person. I'm just gonna kind of
He
all
very
these things. I'm
quickly,
really trying
as
to
you start talking, and are like, yeah, we've met Uldrafell and the Lord Protector of Myosine, Shanfeng. He like waves his hand, like, all right, I get it. Okay, so you're adventurers. That's your business here. Are you just adventuring? Are you here to shop? Or are you requested? Are you on vacation?
well,
What are you doing in Shist particularly?
shopping would be delightful. Also, to look into your for reading. Apparently, lots of good books come your way.
That travel happens.
Perhaps if there's anything that needs doing, a good by chance.
All right. That all seems reasonable. Do you have any thing you're bringing in to trade? Anything you'd like to declare?
Friendship.
If we
I
find
have a
issues with
rock.
smuggling, we are not terribly kind to smugglers and illegal trade here. At least the guard isn't.
What is considered illegal substances? Like, what would you let in?
Psychographics, magic that manipulates, particularly raising the dead. So if you have any spell scrolls of that, I would like that you leave them here. Resurrection, of course, normal resurrection via clerical spells are fine, but zombies, skeletons, no, not allowed. Anything enchantment-wise, while you're within the city limits, please do not enchant or mess with the minds of anyone here. We value freedom and self-privacy and responsibility. So none of that. If we catch you, it would likely be a fine and/or jail time.
I
No,
have
it's
a rock.
Absolutely reasonable. Totally, completely understandable. No, actually, I'm a bit of a performer, and if you could recommend maybe a good inn, and you'd like to come hear a song or two later, you'd be welcome company.
Well,
And by
if
all,
it's an
all
inn,
means.
you seem upstanding based on that. If you're looking for the nicer inn, the one that's a bit closer to the eastern side of town, and then slightly nicer area, there's the Aquamarine Gulf. The Goliath couple, Feliki and Apicala, are there. If you'd like, you can tell them that Jefferson sent you. They might have a good word or a recommendation. They don't value my word that much. I'm just a regular. But they might
Jefferson, the Aquamarine Gulf.
Yes. If you're looking for
very
an inn
good, thank
that's
you, sir.
not nice, though, I'd recommend avoiding the Driftwood Grotto. That's where the people that, not really necessarily bad, they're just doing their jobs, but the sailor types, the more rough and tumble, off toward the docks off toward the west. That's where you're gonna find more dangerous things. Gambling is fine.
If it seems possible, I'm gonna try to start. If I see what's coming, then I'm gonna try to like cut him off in some way, because I really don't want Doug getting any ideas.
Okay. Is there anything else you need to declare? Anything you intend to sell while you?
I declare bankruptcy.
You have no money.
Actually,
I don't know.
I have
think
quite
she's-
a bit of money because I don't like to spend it on anything but milk. Do you guys have milk here?
Yes, we have quite a few goats and camels and things to produce milk. We don't have any cows, unfortunately. They don't like the heat.
You're telling me you have multiple kinds of milk?
Yeah, it's
heck
honestly,
yeah.
it's kind of there actually is. No, wait. Thanks for a second. I do think there are a couple cows, so though it might be a bit more expensive, we might be able to get cow milk. I think we had some brought in from the fields around Tecton not too long ago. I don't know how long they'll survive in the heat, but at least for the moment, we've got some cows.
Well, I'm moving in here. Well, what does the citizenship test look like here? Do I have to name all 50 states?
What's a state?
The
No.
states of matter.
Air, earth, water. What? But yeah, sure. You can live here. Just, I guess get property. Don't go bankrupt. Don't be a burden. Don't deal in illegal substances. You're probably fine.
Oh man!
What do you have in those barrels in your cart?
Like somebody thirsty.
Oh, water? No, I'm good. Thank you, though. I just want to make sure. He looks at him, looks at you. Yeah, you all seem fine. All right. Welcome to Schist, the land of merchants, or the town of merchants, or the city of merchants, whatever we're supposed to say. Something like that. Hi, merchant people. Hey, let him in. As he calls back, the doors are pulled open. You can see into the city. You can actually see rather directly. There is a pretty straight shot down to maybe a mile away into the city, or into the town itself. You see stalls and what looks to be an open air market immediately visible from the front gate.
Is there any livestock in this market?
You'll have to go find out, as it is now about 2 p.m. the afternoon of the Sunday as you enter into Schist. Where would you like to go? Are you heading straight for the market?
I'm running towards the market.
Moving past everyone of your party, are the rest of you following her?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Are you bringing the cart with you, I assume, and everything?
Is there a place that we can... Is there a hotel for our cart?
You could look for a place. Typically, when people bring in carts, they usually leave them at these stables that tend to be at the edge of town. You can usually rent out a spot there. Or at whatever inn you're staying at. People will often do that. You'd have to look around for a little bit. You can see there is a stable 30 feet or so from the entrance to the town.
I mean, I would say we look and see if the Aquamarine Grove actually has its own stable, because I'd rather closer than further away.
Yeah, and the streets are large enough that you could ride your cart in. I'm just wondering what y'all are doing, making sure I get an awareness of what you're bringing with you and what you're leaving where. Is this... You do see people walking around. This is relatively, from what you can tell just from the outset, more bustling than any of the places you've been to so far.
I guess Gambit wants to get to the hotel. He wants to take a bath.
Okay, so are you splitting into two groups then? Because it does seem like Cedar is leaving, with whether y'all come with her or not, for the market.
Milk.
Thicket will go with Cedar and keep an eye out for flower shops.
Okay, is anyone else going with the market group? Doug is indifferent to the market. He'd want to go with Gambit. Maverick would want to look at the market,
Okay.
but whether or not he buys anything remains to be seen. Garand, which group would you like to go with?
I do want to the market, but I'd be more pertinent to procure a room, but I can, and we'll gather up.
Sure. We'll go. I just need a bath, so we can go procure a room, take a bath, and then we can meet up back up at the market. Sound like a plan?
Okay.
So it's just Gambit taking Gambit and Doug taking the things to the inn to get things put there and then come back.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
Garon definitely appreciates that after all that desert and.
So is Garon going to go with Gambit to take a bath first, or you going with the market
I get,
first?
you know. Yeah, I'll get checked in. Make sure that Gambit's
Okay.
you know.
You just had cut out a little bit, so I hadn't actually heard whether or not you said you were going there or not for a minute. But cool, so you're going to the inn. That leaves the Cedar and Thicket side of things. Cedar, Thicket, and Maverick. What a wonderful group to be in a bustling market. Thicket, make a perception check as you look around for a flower shop of some kind.
Perception. I see things.
You do see things. As you all walk, following quickly behind Cedar, the dirt, the people moving past you, you do actually see a couple of people on like camels and things that ride past you. Not super fast, but you're in riding the opposite direction, taking things to different places. As you actually do get close to the... actually, you would spot it on the opposite side. thicket with your good eyesight, looking past through the market, eyeing through the stalls, like that very anime of like traveling behind and through people before your eyes land upon. With your eyesight and quality of it, you can actually see from, despite this fairly large open market, you do see a building that has flowers painted along the sides of like the walls and everything. Basically, what's the word? When you paint murals, murals of these flowers across it and on it, and this image of a stream coming from a waterfall along the window to the building that you can see from across the market. But as you enter into the market cedar, you hear people shouting and talking and looking for things. It does seem a little bit like there are some empty stalls, so you don't know if it's maybe because it's toward the afternoon and closer to the end of the day. There are still quite a few people here calling for things. There are people that have animals. There are animals, spices, food, drinks, barrels, containers of stuff, various adventuring gear. You even see some people peddling weaponry and stuff. You see a couple of performers standing off to the side. You actually see what looks to be a fire eater trying to get people's attention.
As soon as Thicket sees the flower shop, he's gonna go and grab Cedar by the arm. He goes, look at the flower shop.
Oh my gosh!
Can we stop there first?
Absolutely.
Maverick follows you along as you walk, quickly shifting through all the different stalls and moving across the market. You do see that the front of the flower shop has a name written on it that says "A Dream of Water."
I love it.
You step
Thicket
inside.
goes in immediately.
As you go in, you do immediately are hit with the smell of various flowers and spices. And you do actually see even just set along one of the shelves would look to be various tinctures, ointments, medicines, and off to one side in a glass case are what appears to be potions that you would immediately recognize some of them as healing potions. But you do see pouring some, using a watering can. You see a woman, a fairly tall woman, with this fairly light, almost white hair and dark skin. She looks to be what you would look as probably in her early 40s, maybe late 40s. So not too far, but not necessarily young, but of middle average age, I guess. I don't know what to say about that. That doesn't make people feel like they're old when they're really not. 40 is not old. It's just normal, I guess. You do see this, what you would recognize as a drow woman watering the plant. He looks over. Hello there.
Thicket goes up to her and says, hi, I'm Thicket.
She immediately
Holds out his hand.
Crouches down and shakes yours. A pleasure to meet you. I'm Mariota Gray.
Very nice to meet you.
You have
I
no-
really like flowers. This shop looks really cool.
You're welcome to look around. Got quite a few around here. And if you're interested in medicines and things, I have all sorts of those as well. Actually, might even have something too. As she rubs her hand along your fur, and a little bit of sand comes out. Something that might help you resist the sand a little bit and try and help keep your fur as clean as possible.
Ooh.
Just some oils and things to help keep it clean and shiny.
I feel like oil would make it worse with the sand.
That's a fair point. Perhaps once you get somewhere a bit drier. Or do you plan on heading up toward the forest in Vacua or anything? Up towards Delta at some point?
I don't know. We don't really have much of a plan on where to go. We just got here.
Life of a wanderer. Yes, is there anything in particular you're looking for?
Do you
No.
know what would be a good flower to like? It's representative of this city, I guess. What's something that's like local or like
I have just the thing.
feels like schist.
She stands up. I have just the thing. She steps over to a fairly large pot that has quite a few of these white flowers that, as they hang up, they curve. As they go up, they curve back down, where the flower, almost like a dress, almost hangs down from the top and has the longer stem with an almost liquid-like bulb on the end of it. As she very gently places her hands into the dirt and pulls one of them out, setting it into a small pot, actually. He walks it back over to you. This is called an angel's tear. It's a sort of daffodil that the people here believe that even just making them into tea or having one with you will give you good luck and bring you wealth.
You say it was Angel Sphere?
Angel's tear.
Okay.
I'll send it in the chat. Which is a species of daffodil. Also known as a nemesis, because that is what daffodils are. Which I think nemesis is a much cooler name, and we should start calling all daffodils nemesis. Oh. Angel's tears. Flower that symbolizes wealth and luck. And you said milk.
Yes. Milk, please.
I don't actually have any milk.
Oh.
You can probably find some out there. I know there's at least a couple of people that sell different, dried goods. But there might be some that, I don't know if they'd be in the heat or if they'd perhaps be trying to sell it at the inn or something. But there should be places to find milk out there.
I really love milk.
I can tell. I don't see a lot of people react that way to such things.
You say it was a symbol of wealth and luck?
Yes. Angel's tears are symbols. The story behind it is that the first angel's tears were originally grown when an angel actually fell for a human man thousands of years ago. Fell for him, but due to the fact that she was a celestial and he was not, she couldn't be with him, so she cried. And as her tears touched the ground, they sprouted into these plants. But
never cry over a man.
Good advice.
But yes, as she cried, her tears, being a celestial, they grew these magical plants, and it's, magical, that's quotation. It's believed that because of that, making them into tea or wearing one of them on you will bring you good luck and wealth, which in a town of merchants and traders is a pretty popular superstition.
That's really cool.
Thank you. I think they're quite neat myself.
Not as cool as milk, but pretty cool.
What other stuff do you have here?
Yeah. Looks around. We have various flowers, pretty much not quite anything you could ask for, anything that can survive in this climate. I make my own ointments. My mother taught me how. So things to help with back pain, hair growth, all sorts of things. I'm kind of the herbalist of the town, and for the more adventurally inclined, I sell health potions for 50 gold apiece or so. I even have potions of climbing and a couple of other similar things. Easier to tell when what you're looking for, to let you wander around, see what different flowers catch your eye. As beauty's in the eye of the beholder, and many of these flowers, I believe, are beautiful.
It nudges Cedar and whispers, "Do you think that Doug might need something for back pain?"
Maybe that's why he's so angry all the time.
I'd like to see the kind of stuff that you have for back pain. That sounds interesting.
Yeah, she will lead you around and look at particularly an ointment that she says is meant to soothe different aches and pains across the body, and that you have to rub it upon the area on the skin and let it dry and sit for a while before you do anything that would move it off. Wash, take a bath or anything.
Like sunscreen.
Basically. Like sunscreen, soothing ointment. She shows you some bath salts that are supposed to be put into a hot bath via magical or otherwise that will help relax you. Anything like that is what you would find here.
think it's gonna get some of the ointment.
All right, mark off. We'll say 2 silver pieces, and you can mark back ointment. Or aches and pains ointment, or whichever one you think is funnier. For the other 2 of you, as they're doing this, Gambit and Garant, you're going over to where he pointed you to.
The aquamarine.
Yep. You do find it fairly easy from where he pointed you. There is a fairly large 2-story building with a pretty good size to it. Fairly nice chairs actually set and some tables outside the front of the inn, with umbrellas set up to block the sunlight. Open shutter windows. Looking inside, you do see a fairly tall Goliath woman sweeping the floor, and standing over at the bar cutting vegetables is a taller Goliath man. The sign on the front of the building does have, like, directly on the top of the door, says Aquamarine Gulf, and hanging on a sign next to it is a painted picture of an aquamarine gemstone. We don't have to roleplay it necessarily if you want. If you want to, we can. You can meet the 2 of them, or you can simply get a room. And
I mean, I don't know about game like a little bit, but mostly I'm looking to have stables.
Yes, there is a stable set into the side of the building.
Okay.
How much is it going to be?
Unless Gambit seems to like. Go ahead.
How much does it seem to be for the cart, and how many rooms should we get?
Oh well, so I've before when we had Moretta, I got a room for Cedar and Moretta. But since the only one, now I typically let her decide. But since she's not here, I will just get the one room as long as the space is enough for her. Then I will get 2. She'll just get her own just to.
So you're starting with 1 room for all of you, or 2 if there's not enough room in one?
Sure, yeah.
Right. And then stable, so. Yeah, I mean, let's see how this goes. Hello! Me, and
Hello!
impressive pair, hello. I am Garand.
Nice to meet you, the man behind the counter
musician?
says. I'm Feliki.
Oh, yes, good day, sir.
This is my wife, Apelika.
Yes,
Hello.
Hello. We were recommended by the guard Jefferson to come here. He says he's a regular and that this is a very good establishment.
Ah, Jefferson. Good taste that man has.
I'm curious, how much do you charge for your rooms, and how many would accommodate, and how a stable?
Well, the rooms are typically 5 silver pieces a night, Micah's going to say. Because Micah doesn't remember how much it is for a room in D&D. 5 silver pieces or so a night per room. However many people are in there. Don't worry too much. It's just the space itself you're renting here. As for the stable, we do have a stable boy. Roughly 2 silver pieces for an animal if you need us to protect a cart or have it locked up or anything. Probably 5 silver pieces per day for that.
I have the cart and 2 donkeys here. Would and a room. 1 gold piece of.
Yeah, we could probably do that. 1 room, the 2 donkeys, and the cart for 1 gold piece. That works for me.
And then, in addition, I don't know if you've ever worked out arrangements. Do you have to perform, and maybe we can either set some of that price, or some other arrangement. And I perform. You don't pay me. We don't charge for the room and stable, things along that nature. Is anything like that available?
Let's see. We do have performers actually come pretty often, so it's not that uncommon of a thing. We've even had the only for a couple of days before they moved on to the rest of the city. They seemed interested in not staying in one place for too long, but very well trooped this group of performers that came in. We had them for a few days earlier this week. Typically, our arrangement tends to be free food. Um, I might could do a room as well, but typically just food, especially if we're providing for... How many people did you say?
It will be 5.
Yeah, then how about just the performance? You keep your tips and everything, and we'll provide you free food.
No, I'm sorry. I apologize. My mistake. I miscounted. Sorry. When we're out shopping, it's actually 6.
6. Oh, okay.
Please forgive me. Also,
That's alright.
as you can do, have this jackal here.
Oh,
As well.
go
So,
have a look at that creature.
about what would you say about one gold piece for the first night, and then you see if it greatly increase your sales, and then maybe a different arrangement on future evenings, and the dinner, and and long breakfast as well. So whatever you see seem right. That sounds completely reasonable.
Yeah, let's stick with that for the moment. A gold piece for the set of things, and in a day or two, if there's a large change in sales, we'll change things up.
Excellent, thank you. Would it be alright if my friend and I were able to get cleaned up, freshen up? You have a bathhouse?
Yeah, we run the bathhouse next door, as he points out to the left. It's technically part of the same business, so it doesn't even have its own proper signage or anything. But yeah, the bathhouse over there, we clean regularly, and you can feel free to take some baths in there. It's separated by sex, so, don't be doing anything nasty.
Alright. Well, thank you, sir. Feel free to go ahead and get cleaned up. I'll get our room situated.
Great.
I'll pay the gentleman, and
Alexei,
I'll
as he calls out,
meet you.
A young boy pokes his head through the window. Yeah. Can you get their cart and mules situated? Yes, father. He steps out of the side. Love that boy. One gold piece. Go ahead and settle us up. He holds out his hand. Do you go ahead and pay him the gold piece, Garand?
Yeah, I already hit the minus.
Oh,
Sorry.
cool. No, you're good. Yeah, with that, you'd be able to go ahead and have your baths. That would have been a fairly quick thing. So as you move back over, and the time it took for them to talk to Muriel and look at her different things and purchase some ointments and stuff, y'all would as you're kind of finishing up your business, is there anything else you want to get from the flower shop from A Dream of Water before you move on?
Does she have magic stuff?
She has potions. She doesn't have
do
any
the
spell
potions
scrolls.
do?
Potions of healing, as well as potions of swimming and climbing. I believe they're just called potions of climbing. And grab the other list, because she effectively has... she has 8 healing potions available. 4 potions of climbing. Now I get to roll to see what else she has. Doesn't have that.
Quick, let's get her inventory.
She has... six potions of animal friendship,
Ooh.
which allow you to cast the animal friendship for an hour at will. She has no potions of fire breath.
We don't need that cedar. I can cast that spell.
Okay.
She has...
I've got a better one. I can cast Speak with Animals.
She has 2 potions of growth. I should be writing these down as I go, but I haven't been.
It's okay. If you forget something, we can just pretend it was sold.
Sure. 1 potion of Hill Giant Strength. Does not have any poison potions. She has 3 potions of Fire Resistance, General Heat Resistance, and 6 potions of Water Breathing.
All right. So you said that is 4 potions of Keyblade summoning?
There were no potions of Keyblade summoning in there, unfortunately. Fortunately, that's something that'd be a little bit more powerful than she's got her hands on. You'd have to find it and like get a transmutation thing to like transmute conjuration magic into yourself to pull the Keyblade to you. You'd also have to know what the Keyblades look like, and that one is something she doesn't have. Yeah, are you gonna try and pick up any of the potions?
Nah.
Not right now, at least. But from when you knew what they are, and as you exit the shop, you would see, coming from the eastern side of the city, you would see the others, Garon, Gambit, Doug, coming back from the building, or from the inn, without the carriage, or cart, rather.
Did you find a place?
Pickett waves him over and says, we got flowers. Now we're headed to go get milk.
Milk, 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 milk.
No one responds, so we just run off.
Gambit, Garon,
I guess we'll follow them.
you don't say anything, you just... Okay.
I apologize, I missed it.
You're good.
I'm sorry I missed what was just said.
You're good. Your internet seems to be a little bit funky today. Effectively, like it said, hey, we got flowers, now we're going to go get milk.
Flowers like what you've had been getting flowers, not flowers like you're making a cake.
He holds up his white
Flowers
daffodil.
like what Miley Cyrus can get for herself.
Pickett excitedly holds up his white daffodil and waves it around.
Which? Did you buy the whole pot, or did you just take the flower?
Just one.
Okay, just the flower. Did not take the pot she put it in.
Well, if it came in a pot, then I would
Well, she
take
moved
it
it
with
over
the
to
pot.
She moved it over to a pot as if you were to like replant it. But if you plan on like pressing it in a book or anything, you may. It's up to you though.
Yeah, I'm pressing it in a book.
Then if you indicated that, you probably would have taken it out of the pot and just gave you the flower.
All right. Sounds good.
Cool. So you search around for milk.
Milk, milk,
Milk.
milk, 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 milk.
Milk. Milk.
You do find a guy that does have behind him are 2 cows mooing. And he has various sealed jars of what appears to be milk, white liquid. Come on,
Is that milk?
Yes.
Is that milk?
Yeah. You want some milk?
Yes, please.
Oh, lovely. Milk is hard to get out here, you know. So let's go. How about a gold a pint?
Do I have gold?
You have.
Does Thicket have
240
the
gold.
intuition to know that that might be a scam? Or can he try and determine if it's a scam?
How much does Thicket know about the economy? That's kind of the question here, isn't it?
That is a question. However, he has +5 wisdom.
True. Make a insight check, I guess, to try and garnish the attention of this guy, or the intentions. I don't know. It's milk.
Okay.
It's milk in the desert. Desert milk. You wouldn't know.
Ooh, desert milk.
Okay, so How about that? A gold a pint? And for the record, you have 240 gold right now, Cedar.
Oh, then yes, I would like some milk.
How much milk can I get you?
What's the least amount that you sell?
Uh,
Because no one else in my group really cares much for milk.
a pint?
I
So
like
it's
milk.
just me.
He holds up a
Oh,
jar.
and
A
not
pint?
for
But a
me
little
and my
bit.
friend for today.
A pint?
Do you think we can drink a whole pint by ourselves?
I think that you could drink a whole pint by yourself very easily.
Sure, let's do a pint.
All right. As he reaches forward to accept the gold, holding the pint in the other hand. As you reach out to give him a gold, you feel a hand, a somewhat cold metallic hand, placed upon yours, stopping you. And you look over to your side, otherwise fairly quietly approach, as you all kind of realize she's there. You see a relatively average size, probably 5'6", 5'7", woman wearing various, mostly kind of pink actually, stylized outfit with bits of leather. These long black greaves hanging around her legs. And the most striking features are her fairly light red hair with these two cat-like ears poking out of it, goggles placed on the front, like held on the front of her hair, almost like a band, like either as like a hairband or as goggles that she seems to be using. Her long tail reaching out behind her. And her right arm that she grabs your hand with does appear to be made out of this metal material. This mechanical arm. As you see, this woman. Now. I don't think that's a fair price, now is it? You wouldn't be so rude as to scam someone now, would you, Albert? As he looks at her.
That's
Alright.
gross, Ron.
Fine. 2-3 silver pieces for a pint, then?
Sure. Hey, what's your name, lady?
Well, let's grab the milk. I'd like a pint as well for the normal 2 silver pieces. And I know a nice place we can go talk. You all seem like an interesting group.
Well, yeah, come on, girl. What's your name, though?
My name is Rusty.
What was that?
She gets the pints and leads you away. I like to be called Rusty.
Rusty.
I'm Thicket. He holds out his hand.
Pleasure to meet you, as she leans down. One of my kind, I see. Though, I think you're a little bit more cat than Faunus.
I live in the forest.
Well, you seem
Yeah,
quite
he
good.
lives in a forest.
Sounds like you're pretty far from home, then.
Yeah. I got flowers. See, look.
Oh, lovely. Did you get that from Marielle?
I did.
Oh, she's the best. I think we're actually supposed to have tea in a day or two. Yes, for now, let's
She
go.
said that these flowers could be used to make tea.
Oh. I think I've had it once, though I don't believe in the superstitions.
Did it make you lucky?
I prefer hard work over. I think luck is overrated. Come on, we can talk plenty. She leads you, taking both your pint of milk and her pint of milk in her hands, and begins to lead you all through the market over to a fairly open fountain. And this is where I'd say we can either have at least some of this conversation here, or we can stop now since it is 10:06, and maybe a good time to end for the night and let y'all have your conversation with Rusty. Which would y'all prefer?
I am kind of tired.
And let's stop there while we're all still feeling at least pretty good. No need to go too long. And you've now met Rusty, the Faunus girl. You'll learn anything more about her next time. The first mechanically, literally armed person that you've met.
I like that she took my milk.
Abby, for
That's 'cause
reference,
she knows
a
she
pint is 16 ounces.
I see that.
The reason she
But
took your
that means
milk is
8
because she
ounces
could.
for you and 8 ounces for me.
Did you take off a silver piece, Cedar?
I don't know how to do that.
Two silver pieces. So one thing you can do is you can hold control, and you can actually, it's control, and you can scroll wheel if you have one, or you can just enter the number. So I went ahead and moved you down to 187 silver pieces.
Okay.
You've met another one of my. I don't know if she's my favorite, but she's in my like top 8 to 10 characters I've made so far, I think. The campaign.
Does she have like a half robotic arm? That's kind of what it looks like.
Yeah, she has a like mechanical arm, it seems. A prosthetic.
Okay, that's cool.
I'm glad Garonda's in love.
Yeah, you know, it's fun to have like a thing like that. Like I don't really feel comfortable doing that with like PCs unless it's already like someone like I know very well or like, you know, something like that. But NPCs,
Yeah, NPC romance is fine in my
I feel like
book.
that's fair game.
PCs, it has to be when they're comfortable.
But we'll
with it.
see. I mean,
PCs are always fun.
right? Yeah, that's just I don't really want to cross. But yeah,
I'd ship it.
I think it's gonna be one of this when they're walking back. He's just is there information that you have about a large smuggling ring going on here? And that's where I want to
And we need to call over. Do you know information about a large smuggling ring going on here? And smash cut to end. Smash cut to credits.
Hey, yo.
Or like post credits as she leads you off, comes back, and you say that, and it's just the anime like the sweat drop to indicate either confusion or embarrassment or something of the sort from her. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. That's gonna be a fun thing. Now that you've said that,
I'm just saying. I mean, I hope last year because that seemed like to be a big thing for the guards. So I was like, he's either setting that up for something or it's just like flavor because the merchants are all like super greedy. It's one of those two things.
It is one of those two things. Good job catching on. Good job catching on to scenic information.
No.
And for another character who also has a tabaxi racial stats, in addition to technically being a faunus.
Friend.
She can also feline agility.
What? Echo.
I am about to pull an Abby and fall asleep in my chair, so I'm going to.
Let's
Go to bed. You deserve it.
I'll end the recording. We can hang out. Goodbye, YouTube.
See ya. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, and I guess since we never find out, goodbye Twitch, I guess, but YouTube never gets to hear that, so we'll say that just this once. Goodbye.